Hey guys, it's Hope from Pancreatically Challenged. Today I actually got asked to do a video, which was really cool. So someone wanted to know what is in my diabetes bag. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Hopefully it's not too cluttered, it probably needs a clean out. But this here is what I use for my diabetes bag. So it's just a plain old Smiggle pencil case, and I have it filled chocker with all of my diabetes things. So we're going to go through it today, and I will show you what I keep with me 24/7. So let's start off with the keychain. This keychain is actually a glow-in-the-dark keychain. So at night my meter has a light on it, and I hate turning on the light at night. You're just blinded with this light and then you can't get back to sleep. So during the night, to help me find my blood kit, I have this keychain, and it actually works remarkably well. So I think that they're about like $4 or $5 from Smiggle again, and I just find it really, really helpful. So we'll open this up and see if I can manage not to spill everything everywhere. So I'll just give you a quick look at what is in here. That's my diabetes bag. So in here, in the first bit, I have Dettol hand sanitizer. I just keep that with me all the time in case I'm out somewhere or I'm hiking or something. I've eaten something quite sweet or some fruit and got it all over my hands, and there's nowhere to wash my hands. So I find that this is quite helpful for that. Also, if I'm doing a site change and I'm having to do it somewhere where I can't wash my hands, or if I have washed my hands but then I've gone and scratched my head or something like that, I just keep that on standby. Next is my glucose meter. So I just keep that, so I can do this, down in here in that pocket. So just a plain old glucose meter. Then I have my test strips in the same pocket. Then I have ketone strips. Should have more of those in there. I need to put more in. And then I have this handy little ketone card. So these don't come with your ketone strips, but you can request one from your endocrinologist or diabetes facilitator. And what it has is this handy dandy little shaded thing. So that tells you when you test for your ketones, what level they are, if it's okay, if you need to be ringing your endocrinologist, or if you need to go to the emergency department. So always keep that on hand, because I always forget what numbers your ketones should be. I know that 0 is good, but beyond that I don't know when I need to be looking for help. So I have that, and then I also have this medical alert card. I'll just cover my information there, which came with my medical alert bracelet. So it just tells someone what's wrong with me, which medications I'm on, and where to get more information. So I've never used it, but it's just a handy little identification card to keep in my thing. So then behind that we have another pocket, and in here I have a spare cartridge. Just in case I'm out and about and for some reason my cartridge goes fat. It's really handy to have one of those. I've also been away sometimes and packed not enough cartridges, and this has saved me, so it's really handy to have one of those on hand. In the back I also have one of these wee doofers for my pump. So that's just the, if I can get it off, bits that plug into your pump. So this one you plug into the end of your pump lead, which stops the insulin going all over your bag if you take your pump off and don't suspend it. And this one just stops sand and grit getting into your pump clip if you're at the beach or something. But I rarely ever use them, but they're there if I need them. Next I have packets of jelly beans. Now for me, I use a weight glucose kind of ratio for how much glucose I need when I'm low. So I've worked that out. If my bloods are in the 3s, then I need 20 grams of fast-acting glucose. So each of these bags has exactly 20 grams of fast-acting glucose in them in the form of jelly beans. So I always know that I have 2 hypo treatments with me at all times, and if I use one of those, as soon as I get home I refill it, so I know I've got those with me. These little bags I just bought from Spotlight. I think you can get them for, I think there's 100 for $5. I'm never going to use 100, but you can use them for your arts and crafts stuff as well. They're just the perfect size for your jelly beans. Next, so much stuff in here. We'll move over to this side. So normally this is where all your pencils go, but obviously I'm not using it for pencils. So I carry some syringes. We can wiggle them out of there. Just these wee ones here. Just in case my pump breaks, then I need to be able to give myself insulin manually, and that's what these are for. So I've got 2 of those, just in case something really disastrous happens. And then in here I have spare insulin, which is needing replaced because there's hardly anything in there. So it's a good thing I did this video. That one needs replaced, so I always carry a spare vial with me, and when I do my pump changes, this is the vial that I use because it's already at room temperature, and that means that the vial doesn't go to waste in my bag, because I've hardly ever had to break into the insulin in my bag in an emergency, so it would go to waste if I didn't use it for my site changes. So I just replace it every time it runs out, which I'm needing to do. And I also carry, if I can get out, a spare needle cap. So that's just the one from my last site change, just in case I need to refill my reservoir or cartridge for any reason. I have that in there. Right, next over, I tend to use the multi-clicks finger pricker, just because I can click it over at the end of each day and it makes sure that I change my needles. It is a bit harder on my fingers than the soft clicks, so you'll notice that I do have the soft clicks in here as well. So when my fingers are needing a little bit of respite, I use the soft clicks, so that's why that's in there. But these are the cartridge drums for the multi-clicks, and I just keep a couple of those in my case as well, because if you run out, it's not good. And then I keep a spare pump battery, something that you should always have on you, trust me. Sometimes my pump gives me quite a bit of warning, and I seem to get like 3 days worth of warning, and other times it gives me like 2 hours worth of warning. So depending on where you are, it could be really awkward. So I always keep a spare battery with me just in case. Then, like I said, I have 2 finger prickers, and they have broken on occasion, so it's been really handy to have a backup with me, which has meant that I've been able to test my blood safely. So next, there is a wee compartment over that, so if you flip that bit over, this is this compartment. It's extremely messy, I'm sorry, but I'll just go through and lift everything up and explain it. So this here is full of little baby wipes that I have cut up. Now I use Treasure's baby wipes. I use the non-alcohol and fragrance-free baby wipes, and I use those because when I test my bloods, I want to make sure my fingers are really clean, and if I don't have the facilities to wipe my fingers clean or wash my fingers clean, then I need to be able to wipe them. So you can buy specific wipes for diabetics for testing, but unfortunately I can't find any in New Zealand at the moment, so these are my go-to, and I have checked with my specialist, and they've said as long as it's alcohol free and fragrance free, it won't affect your blood sugars. So I just grab one of those wipes at a time and cut it up into little pieces. Make sure that you've washed your scissors and that there's no residue on them from anything else, and that you've washed your hands. Beyond that, they're fantastic, and will give you a true reading if you have your fingers clean. Next up, and this really needs emptied, is my used test strips. So I just have a Glad Ziploc bag, and I put all of my used test strips in there, and that stops test strips from appearing everywhere around the house, in pockets, in beds, all this kind of thing. So that helps with that, because it's my pet peeve is finding test strips places. I can't deal with it. So this prevents that, and once every week I just chuck it in the bin, which I'm needing to do. Next, I just have a spare tubing, just in case something happens to my tubing, like my friend's cat chews through it or something random like that, where I don't need to replace my cartridge and I don't need to replace my site, but the tubing's gone, so I need to fix that. Pardon me. Next, I have spare needles or lancets for the soft clicks. Realistically, I have way too many in here, but I just chucked the whole packet in. I figured no harm, no foul. So that's for the soft clicks there. Then I have alcohol swabs. So I just chucked 2 in there because I come in 2. You can rip them in half and only have 1 in there. It's up to you. But just in case I had to do a site change somewhere, and I didn't have access to all of my supplies at home. I have these. I also have a sight. So I've chosen to just put the Comfort Short in there because the Comfort Short is the flattest sight that I have, and it doesn't come with an applicator, which makes it flat. But also, if something was to squash that, it's not going to break the needle. So I did have a contact detach in there at one point, but it got squashed and the needle then bent, and I wasn't comfortable with putting that into me. Whereas with this, that will not happen. So I've got one of those in there in case my sight fails and I'm out hiking and I'm like 4 hours from the nearest town or something like that. So disaster prevention right there. Next, I have a hyopfit Glucogel thing. These are absolutely disgusting, but they are 76 carbs each. And if you had a seizure and blacked out, then the person who's with you can squeeze this slowly into your mouth and rub it into your gums, and that will be enough sugar to bring your bloods back up. So it's quite an important thing to have. I tend to carry one of these with me just around town. Some people will carry a glucagon with them, but I find that it's quite a big thing to be carrying and it doesn't fit in my kit. So I always have one of these, and if I'm going for something like a hike, then I'll actually give a friend a glucagon so they know that they've got that and they've got this. Also, some people are a lot more worried about putting a needle into someone, like it's quite scary for them, so just tell them that this is actually an option. Often helps them and they will actually give you it, whereas they might be a bit too reserved to give you the glucagon. So that's that one there, and you can buy it from most pharmacies. Mediray is the major stockist of it in New Zealand, I think, and I think it's about $26 for 12. Don't quote me, but I think that's what it is. Then I have this handy dandy piece of paper, which I won't show you, but it has my name, my address, what's wrong with me, my mum's cell phone number, my dad's cell phone number, my diabetes nurse's number, and her email, and where I am registered at the hospital. So I just have that on there in case someone found me and I was unconscious and they needed to get in touch with someone. So actually on the back of my kit as well, sorry, I just have my name, so Hope Duncan, type 1 diabetes, on insulin pump, and info inside. So that's the info that it refers to, just so that if someone picked up my kit, they don't get all the information about me, or if someone's being a bit nosy and looking over. But if I am unconscious and need help, then they can find it on there. The next thing, I just have a resuscitation face shield in there. I got given it on a first aid course and carry my blood kit with me all the time, so I figured, well, I'll pop it in there. So I've had it for about 5 years and not had to use it, but if I ever need to, I know where it is. It could come in handy. The last thing that I have in here is one of these handy dandy flick out cards, and again, that's just for if anyone finds me and I am presenting with any of these symptoms, they can look at this and go, oh, she's not drunk, she's actually diabetic and she's hypo, and this is what we need to do, we need to get her some sugar. So it just explains to people what could possibly be wrong with me if I'm acting strange, or if I can't ask for help, if I'm too low, I can hand them this and get them to read it and then point at myself and say, this is what's going on with me. So that's quite an important thing, I think, to have in there if you're out on your own. So that's what's in my diabetes kit. I have got a blog post that I did a wee while ago that details all of that, details how I fit it into my bag, and also where to get everything. So I will link that below, the specific blog I will link below, so feel free to click on that. Hopefully that answers any questions around which websites to go to, etc. Otherwise, if you have any questions about it, please comment below, and I'd love to see you guys' diabetes bags. So if you have Twitter, Facebook or Instagram, just tag me in them and show me them. That would be awesome, because there are some pretty nifty ones out there at the moment. And this, I think, is a pretty plain one, to be honest. So I just have one more diabetes bag. So this one I take with me on holiday. It's a separate bag that I don't use for around town or if I'm going hiking or something. I use it for if I'm going on a holiday, so anything more than a day. And in this one, I have a spare glucose meter. I have needed it before, so I was very glad I took it. I have a spare cartridge. Again, I have a Comfort Short sight. I also have a battery cap for my pump, just in case something went wrong with that. Need to have one of these. I have a battery for my glucose meter. I have an alcohol swab, spare drum for my finger pricker thingy, syringe, went out of my head, and then I also have test strips. So that's just like my backup. So hopefully I will never need any of it, but it's there in case I do. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful to you guys. I don't know what other people carry around in their kits, so like I said, please show me. Be really interested to know. I think I'm a little bit of a survivalist and pack for any scenario, so I have a lot of stuff in my kit, so you guys may not have as much. So let me know what you think the bare essentials are. So find me on Twitter at HopeyDunks, Instagram at Hopey_dunks, Facebook at mypinkpancreas, or on my blog at www.mypinkpancreas.wordpress.com, and I will link that blood kit blog below. And as always, any questions or comments, hit me up below, and thank you so much to the person who requested this video. It was awesome. Any more requests, just chuck them below. Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you later.